kids, it's your mama. Trying to figure out why this car is blocking my... Ooh. Girl. I'm already late. I couldn't find my keys, so... Anyway, child, it's your mama. I am here to discuss the Real Housewives of Atlanta. This is like the 5th, 6th, 7th consecutive boring episode. Like, girl, the whole season they could have kept. I didn't even take notes. I spent that whole hour making a wig. I made a wig during the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I did not pick up my phone once to take down a note. So you just don't get what you get. Let's go person by person because I don't really remember the order of things because, again, I was focused on my wig, honey. Let's start with Candy. Candy and Riley, that girl is not 14 years old. She's not. And I'm not going to accept that she is. I'm sorry, I just look so disjointed. I'm not going to accept anybody trying to sit here and tell me that little girl is 14 years old. She's 20 at best. Moving along, though. Candy and Riley go to this little skydiving thing and they have a conversation. The same conversation they always have. Mama, you ain't never around. I ain't had no daddy around when I was growing up. You know, Tierra Marie type conversations. And Candy goes back into her feeling badness. Let me get on out in this street. She goes back into her feeling badness, and that's that. Ace is learning how to swim. Cool. Moving along. Who we gonna move over to? Nene was not here, and I didn't feel any particular kind of way about her not being here. Who? Cynthia. Let's go with Cynthia. Just merge right on from Candy to Cynthia. The girls are going out on the boat with their men. The girls being Cynthia and Candy. Apparently Will has procured a boat for the evening. He sent a car to pick up Cynthia. Cynthia said, I ain't ordered no car. Well, sis, if you didn't order the car, it's probably, somebody probably sent it to you. But then she just hopped in the car. Now, see, what I would have done if I were confused and had not ordered a car and was leery about it, I would have called Will and said, hey, Will, did you order me a car? And what is the car's, what service did you go through? And then I would say, sir, who do you work for? Okay. Okay. All right. And that would have been that. But, okay, girl. So she hops on in the car, takes her on down to the boat. Will is there at the boat. They get to making out and carrying on. Then Candy and Little Bitty Todd come up on the boat as well. Now we just gonna cruise and sail and have a good time. But no, we're not gonna cruise and sail and have a good time. We're gonna give Will the 3rd degree. Possibly the 4th. Candy was doing too much. She was doing this is why if Kenya is actually married, she don't want to bring her husband around these girls. Because Candy was doing too much. It wasn't like, okay, so who are you? Who are you people? Where you from? Okay, what do you do? It wasn't that. It was, I saw you on the Steve Harvey show and you was trying to get a date. And then my friend know a friend that saw somebody's friend that said that they was doing a dating show pilot and you was on that too. So what's the tea? Are you trying to get a come up? You trying to be on TV? Like, girl, there are more elegant ways, or in the words of, what's mama's name on RuPaul's Drag Race? Michelle Visage, eloquent. There are more eloquent ways for you to have gotten to the point you were trying to get to, but attacking that man like your mama attacked your husband, you saw how that went over for your husband. It did not go over well. Anyway, child. So they do all that, and Cynthia's just sitting there now. Cynthia, we know Cynthia her backbone is slipping. She got a hand on her hip and her backbone done slipped. But if it were me and somebody was grilling my man like that, I would have been like, now hold up. Wait a minute. Let me put some pimping in it. Like, give me a second. Why are you, my man and I have invited you on this luxury boat that this man has come across. Because didn't nobody say he owned that boat. They said he stumbled upon the boat. That was kind of suspicious to me. But my man and I have invited you on this boat. And you giving him all these questions? I don't see it for that. Anyway, girl, so they do all that. I don't have time. They have a conversation about, or Candy and Cynthia have a conversation about sex. She ain't had sex with Will yet. She's worried that it's going to be whack. Blah, 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 girl, blah, blah, blah. And she makes mention that she didn't say that wasn't nobody hitting it. Will just ain't hitting it. And we all took that to mean Leon is still in that thing. Which, I mean, honestly, Cynthia and Leon should have been together and stayed together from the veriest beginning. The veriest beginning. I can't see now one of them with anybody else. I feel like if Cynthia and Leon aren't going to be together, then Cynthia's going to be a lesbian and Leon's going to be a gay man. I feel like they are literally the only of the opposite sex for each other. I feel that way. I do. Moving along. Who are we moving on to? Sheree. So Sheree done told her children, the children they didn't care, which is what I told y'all from the beginning. If the kids ain't said nothing about it to their mama, because again, if I had heard or seen or whatever, something about my mama getting hit, I'd have been like, okay, so at what point do I need to have my gun together? Like, I would have been given a lot of, okay, so, and why you ain't tell me during the time, because I would have clapped at it, like, that would have been me. But that's me, because I love and cherish and care about my mama. I don't know what these children got going on over there, but I would have definitely been giving my mama, okay, so, and she knows it. Where are we going? What's next? Oh, okay, so Sheree is meeting with Jack Daniels once again. And Jack Daniels is very much like Hakeem on Empire. Every episode, he seems to be getting gayer and gayer. I'm like, wait a minute. What is going on? Is it just me? Am I picking up on it? Or is the man getting more flamboyant every episode? But anyway, girl, so she trying to have a session, but then she gets a collect call, so she got to excuse herself. Let me step out here and take this call. It wasn't like, okay, I guess Jack Daniels didn't care because he probably getting paid by the hour and not by the session. Or if he is getting paid by the session is only this amount of time and I'm leaving at this o'clock. Because what you're not going to do is if we having a conversation and I'm being paid to help you is get up and go talk to somebody else. Unless I'm going to get my coin regardless. That's just the unless. Girl, get off of my side of the road because I'm not going to stop. You know, I went to a court-mandated traffic school the other day, and it has not changed the way I drive in the least. In the least. In the least. I drive the veriest same. The very same. Like, girl, you would think that going to the traffic school and seeing all the pictures of the dead bodies on the side of the road and watching all the car accident videos that they showed us in succession. It was just, the whole time I was sitting there, we was looking at dead bodies and deaths and murders and carryings on. And I still drive the same, which probably is a testament to my depression. But we're not going to get too deep into that right now. We're talking about Sheree. So she steps out. She takes her call. It's Tyrone. Calling. Well, she can't call him, but he's calling. And so he's giving all the, I remember the last time I saw you, we was in New York, da da blah blah da da da. And I love you, and she's giving I love you too. And I'm sitting here like, now I didn't hear him say anything that a regular inmate wouldn't have said. He didn't give me anything that would have me, falling in love. Like, he didn't say anything that would have put me in a place where I could be like, okay, I see what Sheree, I see. Like, I didn't hear nothing, but I just got through working out, and I was thinking about, that's jail talk. That's what they all sound like. Sheree, girl, you better be playing us for a coin, because I will not stand for you falling in love with a nigga who don't say nothing no different than all the other niggas in jail. I'm not doing it. But anyway, child, where am I going with this? Oh yeah, she hangs up, they hang up, he done run out of time. And she goes back in there with Jack Daniels and is giving, I have a boyfriend, and he's giving, you have a boyfriend? Like, I was like, Jack, sis, settle down. But she's like, oh, I just feel so silly saying boyfriend. You ought to feel silly saying I got a boyfriend that's in jail, that may or may not be in jail an additional 4 years, and he's already been in jail for a year. You ought to feel silly saying that. That's what you ought to feel silly saying. Because this is not a ride or die situation. This is not, okay, I'm going with this man and he's going to jail. And I was already going with him, but now he's in jail and he got, 5 to 10. Like, it's just, I'm cackling because I'm imagining that if Sheree were going with the man when he did end up getting caught, she would have broke up with him. But now all of a sudden, I don't know. But anyway, girl, you ought to feel silly saying that. Buffalo fish. Ooh. My cup runneth over. My spirit turned over in it. And I felt that in my shundo. But yeah, Jack Daniels is like, oh my goodness, you got a man. She's like, oh my goodness, I got a man. I don't care nothing about that. Moving along. Who's next? Portia. And I think that's it. So Portia then hired these 2 white women to come down to the house and hook her up with a white man. These women came into Portia's house and Asked her, okay, so what you want? She said, I'm down with the swirl. I want a little swirl. And they said, okay, we'll get you a swirl. Cool. Let's see your house. And I'm like, but sis, if you are matchmaking and we supposed to meet up on the outside, you should ask me what kind of restaurants I like. You should ask me all these other type of questions. Let me go this way. But you should not be asking me to come inside my home. Because, to look all around my home. Because, girl, what does that have to do with the first date? But anyway, girl, so they I done sprayed them man. Dang, that is tragic. I ain't even mean to. I did not mean to do that. I'm trying to drive, honey, and it's rain, and I can't hardly see. And that man was walking on the sidewalk, and I done spritzed him with water. Fortunately, it wasn't a deep puddle. It wasn't like a huge amount. But I'm so sorry, sir. If you're watching, which I'm almost certain you are not, but I'm sorry. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, okay, so anyway, girl, so they walking around the house. Portia has 2 children's rooms in her home that are decorated to be, one's a boy's room and one is a girl's room. That's nice. That is lovely. First of all, it was cluttered, and I wouldn't have wanted nobody to have seen my home looking like that. Okay, I'm just swoop right on through here. They've opened up this intersection, and it's just not good. Make the street better. They done put a bridge over here. It's just, getting onto the bridge is a chore. But anyway, girl, so she's got this, boys' room, girls' room situation. A lot of clutter going on. I wouldn't have shown nobody my clutter. But a lot of clutter going on, and the matchmakers were like, oh, this will scare off a man, blah, blah, blah. Is that playground in the backyard? What Portia failed to mention is that she has a niece, a baby niece that could enjoy that playground. Like, I'm sure little baby Lauren likes to go out there and play on the playground. Like, whatever, all of that did not matter. So anyway, they set him up with Herman Munster. What's the bald-headed monster? Gomez. Set him up with him. And he wasn't hideous. He was not, hideous. But Portia, as soon as she walked in, was upset. She didn't want to go with him. She was looking for, Brad Pitt or whatever type. And that's just simply not what she got. Girl, go! Oh, I'm tired. The speed limit is not the 10 miles an hour you were driving. She didn't want to be with him. She made up an excuse, said her mom, she snuck out, told her mama she was only going to be gone for a little while, and then, she tipped on out. He looked like he would have been nice if she had given him a chance. He's not, stunning down boots, but that ain't everything. Anyway, girl, I've tried to stretch this out as much as I could, but then nothing happened, and I didn't care. So, like, comment, subscribe, all the things the YouTubers say, and I'll catch y'all in a little while for a rambling report. Peace.